Greetings, Adam, and welcome here in Bucharest. How is everything going?
Everything is quite all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So you are currently touring over Europe along Insomnium. So how is the tour going?
It's good. We're a week in, and so far we've been to the Baltic countries, and we've never been there before. So that was very nice. Then we went to Poland and Hungary, where we've been before a few times.
Yeah.
So it was very nice to come back, and now we're back in Bucharest, of course. And it's very nice to be here as well, because it was, I believe, 9 years ago
Wow.
since we were here the last time. So yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
So very happy to be here.
How is the crowd response to the new songs of the album?
Very good, I'd say. I would actually say that a couple of the new songs that we're playing on this tour have been the ones that the crowd has been responding to the best. So that's both surprising in a way, and a very good receipt, or however you would call it. So yeah, all good. All good.
So down below, it's entitled your new album. Actually, you got back to the roots and you keep the sound as the previous albums. Tell me about the concept of it, the lyrical themes.
Yeah, Down Below was a title that was originally intended for one of the songs. It was a working title that I believe was the name of 3 songs to begin with. In the end, it didn't stay on any of them because it didn't quite fit for whatever reason. And when we had finished the recording of the album and when all the lyrics were written, we noticed the theme that we had kind of dawned upon. We didn't actually plan it, and it was a theme of something subterranean, something that's underneath, under the ground, so to speak. So Down Below just fit perfectly with that, basically.
But you have a specific sound, a combination with gothic and black metal influences. It sounds amazing, actually.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So, your previous album, The Children of the Night, was released about 3 years ago. So, do you consider that 2 or 3 years are necessary for you to release new materials?
Probably. We could possibly do it in even less than that, but we find it necessary to always have the time that we need, and sometimes that means a longer stretch of time. But I mean, on this album, we in the end, at least, we were under a bit of stress because we had to finish the album. We had a deadline, and sometimes that works in a good way for you. You're forced to work. You're forced to be creative, and at least this time it worked for us. So maybe we can do it even faster. But I wouldn't say that's ideal for us. We wanna be able to take our time.
Yeah. Besides the response on the public, how was the response on social media, the magazines?
Very good, I'd say. I don't read a lot of reviews, but from what I've heard, they have been very good. It's very well received, and if you looked at like magazines and such, it's been often at the top of like this month's best releases or whatever they have.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Being on
very
charts
good.
and
Yeah. So we've been blessed with that 2 times now, I'd say, or even more actually. So another successful one in that regard, at least. So yeah, it's been good.
do you consider Down Below is your best release so far?
I don't necessarily know, to be honest. I think they all represent a certain point in time, a certain point in our lives, And I think, you know, when we released the horror in 2009, and we recorded it in 2007, and we were still in school. We were still very young, and at that point, that was, you know, very good. That was the best we could ever do. So I think I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best, but I see our progression, obviously, and I think it's going in the right way. I can say that.
Yeah. Jacob, the drummer, left the band. I don't know if he left before recording the album, but he was replaced by Oscar Leander, also ex-Zaars and ex-Crescendo. So how is to have Oscar in the band?
It's great. It's great to have Oscar. We're lucky to have found him. We didn't know him that well before this. Johannes, our singer, had met him a few times, and I think they met in their teens a little bit, but I didn't know him. And he's just a very enthusiastic guy, filled with a lot of energy, maybe kind of an injection that maybe the band needed.
Yeah.
So, and his drumming fits perfectly with Tribulation. So we couldn't have found a better one, I'd say.
Yeah. After this tour is done, are you planning other tours?
Yes, we are. I can't really say much more than that, but we are going to the US in the fall, and Europe in general can absolutely expect a headlining tour as well. So yes, we are going to continue touring a lot.
Yeah. You were formed as a band around 2004, so how do you see yourself nowadays comparing to the days when you have formed yourself as a band?
In some ways, we are quite the same. In general, we listen to basically the same kind of music, and our core influences in the band are still the same. But you know, a lot of things happen between, you know, when you're 15 and 30. So, and I think that's the same for any person. So
I guess.
just, you know, you progress, you mature, you get older, and hopefully wiser. You know.
Yeah.
So, and as a band, since we've known each other since back then, the three of us, Jonathan and Johannes and me, it's kind of a special relationship we have since we've just been together for so long. And I see that as a good thing.
Do you have any other plans in mind? Maybe releasing new videos or stuff like that?
Yeah. At least one other video is coming from one of the songs on the album, and another live video might be coming as well. And we are planning a bit of possibilities, at least. We'll see if we will have time to do them, but maybe recording something else as well. Not an album, but something might happen. So
An EP,
little
maybe.
bits and pieces. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my pleasure to talk to you, and can't wait to see you performing on stage. See you later, and she's from Antichrist Metal Band.
Oh, thank you. That's great.